Hello my friends and welcome back to Kev's Hobby Showcase. I'm of course Kevin. You may have also seen me on Tabletop Jones Productions when John and I are the two idiots playing board games. And today, well, I know I switched things up a bit this month, but today I'm going to be doing another episode of Comic Discussions. And I'm going to continue with Marvel's early years, but this time I'm going to focus on the Avengers. And, sorry, and just so you know, I am going to be, showcase. I mean, it's not the best pictures that I could take of the covers of the book, the book that I got it from. But I'm going to be showing them up in this corner here. So yeah, let me do a little adjustment. Okay, so let's get started. So basically, it is Volume 1 of the Avengers from Marvel's Epic Collections, and it covers issues 1 through 20, and a lot of good stuff in there. It shows the beginning of the team, where it's Iron Man, Thor, Hulk, Ant-Man, and the Wasp. Then, of course, a couple of issues later, I believe, issue number 5, Captain America shows up. And by the end of those issues, I think it's around the 15th or 16th issue, a lot of the main team members leave, and then, leaving Captain America alone, but then he does team up with Scarlet Witch, Quicksilver, and Hawkeye. So yeah, all this, these are all characters, all iconic characters that have been around, obviously for a very long time. A lot of characters that are beloved by the fans, and let's face it, all these characters I think actually all of them have been shown in the MCU. So yeah, I mean, a lot of comparisons I'm going to make is going to involve the MCU because it is just so just so relevant to right now to Marvel Comics, because I mean, it's, let's face it, I don't know a single Marvel fan who isn't watching. But anyway, so getting back to the task at hand here. So yeah, of course, we see in the first issue, how they all come together because of Loki, again in the MCU, and again that's exactly how it happened in the MCU, is they all came together to defeat Loki. But in the comics, of course, it was a bit different. It wasn't a big grand battle like it was then. So yeah, so it's it's got a lot of good stuff in it, a lot of good villains. I mean, it got the Masters of Evil. The first time we see them, the Enchantress and the Executioner in there, Kang the Conqueror, which could have been the main villain in the upcoming movies, but unfortunately the actor got himself into a bit of trouble and they had to scrap it. But yeah, it's all good stuff, and as always, why am I doing this? To spark a discussion. So, yeah, I mean, I'm gonna talk a little bit about these, in a minute. But I just want to say I do have a Discord going. I mean, I'm still, basically it's just anybody who wants to sign up. I'll have the link in the description of this video. Just go on, go on there, join up, and we'll talk comics. I also have another one for general hobbies if anybody wants to do that. So I have two. And for those of you who are watching Tabletop Jones Productions, I am starting up another Discord for that. And this is mainly so that we can all interact together. Just keep things nice and calm and within the comments and within the realms of good taste, and everything will be fine. But yeah, so basically, I'm trying to spark a discussion. Always trying to spark a discussion with every one of these videos I make about the comic books and all that. I mean, this is a hobby that I've loved for a very long time. I wish I was collecting these. I mean, one thing I would like to come back is when around the time these issues came out, let's have the books be 12 cents again. I mean, they never will be. Let's say, that's a no-brainer there, but it would be nice. But anyway, getting back to it. So yeah, I mean, it's like I think when I first started reading these, of course I was reading them in trades. I really didn't know that the company that first of all, I didn't know that Captain America was an actual comic book back in the 1940s. Yeah, I didn't know that. I learned it, but one thing that I also didn't know is that the company that owned it would eventually become Marvel Comics. I don't remember the name of that company. If anybody does remember, put it in the chat, or go into the Discord, you can put it there. But also it's I mean it's like I said, iconic villains. Like I said, the Masters of Evil. You had Baron Zemo. You had him there. Forming. Sorry. His team. I believe it was Radioactive Man was one. Um, Sorry, I'm blanking on on the rest of them. But I do know later on he does bring in Enchantress and and Scourge the Executioner. Um, and it's just really good starts, really good start for a team that like I said, it would eventually become the staple of Marvel Comics. It's sorry I don't have more to say at this point, but yeah, I think I really touched on all the things I was gonna touch on, because I mean I don't want to retell the history of the entire thing. That would be number one, it would be too long, and two, I think I would just be droning on and on and on about this stuff. But anyway, so yeah, I mean, good stuff. I mean, the Marvel Epic collections, I have been enjoying them very, very much. It's like pretty much one of the main ways that I could read comics from back then. I mean, it's like, and it's like, I think I said this in the last video when I was doing. I think I was talking about the Fantastic Four. I mean, it's like the dialogue. It's very dated, but it's kind of interesting to see how they were writing things back in the mid to early '60s. Can't I don't think they can get away with that now. I mean, especially when as it pertains to women. There are a few offhand comments that I don't think they can get away with right nowadays. The villains were real, just true villains. I mean, it's like, yeah, Masters of Evil. It's like, who really would call themselves evil? I mean, usually, even evil people think they're doing things for the good of something. So, it's very, very, very different. It's like a very different time. Back then, where it's like I mean, they made things ultra dramatic because they wanted to sell books, but it's also very, very enjoyable. I mean, one thing I always noticed, and it always kind of caught me off guard, is the dialogue in the speech bubbles always had exclamation points. It was like, what are they always shouting at each other? I don't know. It's just little things that I find interesting. But yeah, I mean, what more can we really say about the Avengers? Because we got like I said, we got the movies now. You got all these iconic characters on the big screen. They've been in animated form before that. I know Disney put out. Actually, I think they put out a couple of Avengers series. But I remember the first one I was watching with my kids when it first came out. It was pretty cool. I wish they would do more of that, to be honest. But I think they can make it more accurate to the comic books if they did it that way. But but I digress. All right. Well, anyway, I'm gonna end this here, and just want to say, if I know there's a lot I didn't mention, and I did that on purpose because I want anybody who's interested in these comics, make a comment in the chat, make a comment in the Discord. Either way, either way, eventually I'll get to it and I'll respond. Or if anybody else, if you want to have like a nice conversation about this stuff, in the chat or in the Discord, by all means, like I said, just keep it calm, keep it keep comments within the realms of good taste. Let's not attack each other. This is a hobby that we all enjoy, that we all love. These are characters that we all love. Let's just keep it nice and copacetic. All right. I'm sorry. So anyway, I'm gonna end this here, and thank you for watching. Please strike up a conversation. Please subscribe, and share as much as possible, especially if you know anybody who does like comic books and likes to talk about them. Any of you go to Tabletop Jones Productions, do the same there. These are the best ways that you can support the channel, support us. Also, like I said, I'm gonna have the link to the Discord. I'll have links to both to the comic one and the general hobby one. So either way, either one that you want to talk to and that you want to talk to us, by all means use it. And that's what they're there for. All right. So again, thank you very much for watching. I hope you all had a good time. Hope you all like I said, I hope you all like to make a comment. Take care of yourselves and have a great day. And I will see you again.